Oh my gosh! Thurman Thomas is back! Here I was. I hit the wrong key. I guess we're gonna start on this game, but quick. Oh, thank God, Thurman Thomas, you're back. Thurman got back. And we're kicking off, which is kind of what I was going to ask to do anyway. Ooh, perfect positioning. I don't know if he would have been allowed to take that in for a touchback.
Ready, set, put.
Whoop. I just decided to do a little dance around him instead of actually engaging him in tackle combat. That was a poor thing. Oh, feels so good to know that Thurman Thomas is going to be back with us again. Although, we need to get our defensive house in order here.
First down.
We bit in the PA. We were dancing. Are we human? Or are we dancing?
Put.
Block. We'll get this one of these days.
Set, put. First down.
They are going to that play a lot. Maybe I should start specifying defense for that particular run. Well, they didn't go for it, but for some reason their O-line crumpled anyway. Which I'll take. I'm not too proud. I'm not too proud to rely on the amazing abilities of the Buffalo Bills of 1993. Third down at 22. What you gonna do, brother?
Put.
Well, you're gonna catch a ball in double coverage, but it's not gonna get you enough yardage. Yeah, the field goal kind of was no good. Was not anticipating that. THOMAS. That looks good to have up there on the screen again. What do you say you get out there and give her a go, buddy? Yeah! First down, no problem.
Blue 48. Put.
He carried that bouquet of flowers, that's right. He held it real close, made sure nobody got at it.
Red 24. Put.
Baby!
Touchdown.
Thank you for making the extra effort on that catch there, man. For that, I made the extra effort to try and get you into the end zone, rather than just running you out, which would have been the safe move. It's good. It's good again, everyone. Things are gonna be okay. You know, it just occurred to me. Considering all the streaming issues that I've been having this go-around, I sure hope the local recordings that I am now making of these two games are taking, because there's no way Mixer is going to have figured out all of the startings and stoppings of this evening, and I will not come up with a coherent file. Suspense indeed. Aren't you glad, Grimmeth, Lethal, Fly Sphinx, Erdenshire, everyone who's here, aren't you glad that you're here? You might not be able to witness this again in 2 weeks' time. Keith Willis just decided to take a holiday on that play.
First down.
Squash. Very seasonal, Arthresh. Who doesn't enjoy a nice squash? We're playing Tecmo Bowl, Lock Speedy. This is the Buffalo Bills of 1993. We are deep into the 3rd season of a 3-season run. It was the Super Nintendo version, which I guess gets maligned by Tecmo Super Bowl purists. I will admit, the gameplay is not as overall crisp as the Nintendo version, but this version has a 3-season mode. The NES version just had a 1-season one. I wanted an excuse to be able to come back and play this game over and over again, because I really enjoy Tecmo Bowl. Oh, good positioning, guys. Yeah, pull up some squash and we'll all enjoy. Hey, Travis. Wow, people are all starting to show up in the as we approach halftime of what will likely be the last game. There you go.
First down.
Make some serious hay out of that, Thurman. Appreciate your return. How am I playing this and streaming? With great difficulty, as anybody who was here for the first 49 minutes of the stream can attest. I am using OBS, and doing a window capture of an emulator. I have a copy of the game. It just records a lot smoother on an emulator. Well, I say smooth. I mean it looks better once you have everything going. It actually has been far simpler for me to set up consoles to record. But I don't have one that will output Super Nintendo or... Oh gosh, that was a blunder and a half. Alright, Thurman, I didn't mean to have to lean on you immediately like this, but we're gonna need your help. Just to rush in that first down. I know I can get at least 3 yards out of you on that play. Man, can't throw across. I mean, I suppose you shouldn't be able to. It'd be nice if it worked. It'd be nice if it worked for me and not for the computer. McKellar. Caught the ball, was in a pile of white uniforms immediately.
First down.
Let's see, what do we want to try here? This is not the only game I stream. Currently, I am also streaming although not with incredible frequency. I am streaming MLB Power Pros because I've been making a team of players for people that donated to an MS charity earlier in the year. Also streaming Phantom Fighter, which is an NES game in which you fight Chinese zombies. And I also just this past Friday resumed a stream that I had done of WWF SmackDown Here Comes the Pain with Mysterious JG, my brother and fellow streamer. I should really pick a play because time and a half is running out. Get it, BB! Ugh! Fourth and 15. 18 seconds. I'm almost certainly gonna miss this. Wait, no. Wait! Go back! I don't want to punt. I meant to kick a field goal. Oh, this is why I can't have good things. I'll wait for everyone to contain their laughter. It's going to take a bit. Was the In Your House game for PS2 or for PS1? I guess they might have made a couple of them. It was like sort of like WrestleMania the arcade game, except it wasn't an arcade game. Well, at least it ate the clock. Clock eaters. Well, now we're going to have to make our next run, our next push with the ball really count, because, unfortunately, because I goofed and picked the wrong kicking formation, we did not go for a field goal there. We went for a punt. And instead of being 2 scores up, we are 1 score up. Not that I would have hit the field goal from that distance anyway. This is well and truly Madden 18. I would take Tecmo Bowl over Madden any day. Might just be me. It's not just me, actually. There are a lot of people that still play this game. Wow, I just fought off a lot of dudes there. This game still gets played in like tournaments, and people still hack it to have the official lineups year to year. There's a community around Tecmo Bowl. Not the Super Nintendo version as much as the NES one, but there's still something. I didn't have quite the shook and jive mojo down. There. You can't jump in the way of Andre Reed there.
First down.
Let's give Daniels a... Let's give Davis a shot here. Daniels. Okay, first down. That's all you need.
Ready, set, put.
Well, fine. I was going to be kind and gonna be kind and try and run it in. Maybe I should have been kind and run it in. Things are not going as well for the Bills as they could be. This time, let's make sure to select field goal. Oh boy, it's gonna go wide. It's gonna go wide. What, the name Bobo the Vulture? The name Bobo the Vulture is just a name of a character. I think it was, yeah, it was a Sailor Moon character that was kind of a ridiculous character. So I also just thought it was a weird name. It's amusing enough. He was a champion of the Negaverse. He was, I think in his human form he was a priest. And then he transformed into a chicken boxer thing. With a title belt. Oh, how did you catch that with all those guys in front of you? Come on! Alright, no yards given here, guys. That's the opposite of no yards given. That is some yards given. Oh, Bruce Smith, is there nothing you can do? You can't do? He was probably supposed to be part vulture. I called him the chicken boxer for a long time, but he's probably supposed to be a vulture. They're down on 11 still. That was an incredible crawlback, guys, but I'm thinking and hoping you guys still don't have it. And you still don't have it. Let's see how they do with punt kicking. Yep. Not this time. Got that blocked punt last time. It was such a thing of beauty. That was a very nice kick, guys. Get out. There was somebody on everyone. It was not a great scene. Only person on Mixer streaming this game. That seems relatively likely. I end up having to go for niche stuff because, well, for one, FPSs give me a headache. It's just something to do with the camera motion, stuff like that. Plus, playing old stuff generally is easier to do. Notwithstanding the 49 minutes it took for this to set up, for no apparent reason, because I had successfully streamed Tecmo Super Bowl for 2.5 seasons before this. It's nice to know that if anybody wants to see Tecmo Super Bowl action live and in person, right now at this moment, I am one of their few options. If they're on Mixer, I'm their only option. I'll be surprised to find out somebody's doing some Tecmo Super Bowl over on. Oh, snap! Speed Graphics got the VIC-20 going. You can find out what those mystery carts are. Well, one or two of them is a mystery cart. One of them was definitely Spinnaker Facemaker, I think. Get it! Touchdown, Cornelius Bennett! Let's get touchdowns for all my linebackers. That is great news, Zerf. Did check the two mystery cards. Did one of them turn out to be porn or something? I don't think a lot of people made a lot of XXX cartridges. That just seems like too much of an expense. One was Grid Runner. I don't even know what Grid Runner is, but it sounds awesome.
Blue 43.
Yeah! Stoked him. Sorry, I say stoked him sometimes, guys, because I am always reminded the other one was a game known as Grid Runner. Well, great. That means your brother's got a copy now. Grid Runners for everybody. I'll drink to that.
Blue 48.
Sorry, I will say I stoked him sometimes because, because it was a, it's not exactly English because it's pretty easy to determine the meaning that they said. It's just a misspelling. In Samurai Showdown, I think it was the first one, might have been the second one. But, I think it was something, was the Kabuki character, whose name, if I'm remembering right, was Senryo Kiyoshiro, would say, he would say, huh? So much for an encore, I stoped him. S-T-O-P-E-D. What? How did you catch that? There was a man just standing there. Boy, they're really turning up the heat here in the last quarter, the last 40 seconds. I was about to say, there's somebody on him.
First down.
Bitch.
Blue 48.
You got a multi-card at World of Commodore, so you put it in. So you put it in the case for one of the Grid Runners. Okay. Oh, like you just got a board for a multi-card? And so now you've just put it in the labelless case of one of the copies of Grid Runner? I suppose if that is what has happened, that's pretty resourceful. Well, there we go. This one went a little bit smoother than the one against the Steelers. Colts were not really hot stuff at this point. The multi-card had Grid Runner and several Grid Runner clones. Glad I could provide you with some Grid Runner. Surfall Folks is a fellow collector of old games. Old carts, that sort of thing. And at some point in time I was at a used shop. Grim 5, take care. They finally removed your emotes. Glad that we could serve as a test bed for that. But woo! Given the experience I've had this evening and some of the experiences I've had lately I can understand potential frustrations with Mixer. Although this may have just been an OBS issue on my end, but I've been having a lot of trouble getting my other laptop to work. Not even, I mean, aside from the fact that I'm streaming, which of course is a difficult thing. Stay updated, it will save your life. Listen to Lethal, or at least look at Lethal's text. Alright, so let's take a look here. We actually had more rushing yards than passing yards in that game. That's pretty interesting. And most of those running yards did come from Thurman Thomas, although a not unsubstantial amount of them came from Jim Kelly. It's looking like. It's because Cam Thomas is back, yes. We will hold a feast in his honor. Now, I had meant to just look at the schedule, but I accidentally hit a Game Stars, and we were the first game of that week. So, we moved immediately into Buffalo versus Indiana, or Buffalo at Indiana. Still have a hard time figuring those out. Let's go ahead and look at the schedule here then, and auto skip to... Wait. Auto skip to the end of week 12. There we go. Get the game started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started, ha! And so on. Oh dear. There we go. Everything should be back to fine and dandy cotton candy. And we have the whole week's worth of games ahead of us to skip, so there we are. Let's take a look at the standings right now. Yep, we are still undefeated this season. Came very close within just a couple of bad plays, bad turns, one way or another, in that game 2 weeks ago against the Steelers, to losing this perfect season. I don't anticipate that it will last. I'm gonna guess somewhere in the last 4 weeks that we will lose out. But I do believe we should be the only perfect team. Well, the only team with a perfect record. There are a couple of 9-1 teams, though, so... Although interesting, again, the 49ers practically destined to be our opponents in the Super Bowl, still not leading the NFC West. But you see the Chiefs there are 9-1, so Death Evan can revel in that. We were their one loss this year. And also, interestingly enough, number 2 in the AFC East is the other 9-1 team this season. That's right, revel. Revel. Let's take a look at the schedule. Do we have them anymore this year? We got, oh yeah, we have them next week. So yes, it will be the Chiefs possibly going down to 9-2, or the Bills losing their unbeaten streak. And we got the Raiders, the Eagles, Dolphins, Jets. Okay. And we've got the Colts again. Seems like we face the Colts a lot, or is that just me? Might just be me. Let's take a look at our leaders in sack. Cornelius Bennett still ruling the roost. Keith Willis still up there in the rankings. We do not have a lot of interceptions to our name as a team. Ronnie Lott's playing for the Jets at this point? Is that true? Jets, do you have Ronnie Lott? Jets, you have Ronnie Lott. I was wondering why I wasn't seeing you in the 49ers. Must have been just before or after a trade. It's weird, I do not think of him as a New York Jet at all, and yet, there it is, right in front of me. Thurman Thomas, back. He never lost his position in the leading scorers list, but now he is able to defend it once again. And will be able to claw his way back to the top of the NFL leading rushers list. Possibly. It's going to be very hard to get all the way up to Smith and Sanders. Yards per reception, maybe? Okay. Andre Reed is somewhere up there in yards per reception. Yeah, Jim Kelly's going to just sort of wither down there for a while. Although, geez, Steve Young not looking good in the QB position, which is interesting. Because he's some kind of friggin' Superman in this game. Of course, so is Jim Kelly. I can't complain on that front. Alright, well, let's see. 1050. Don't know that I'm going to be able to do any more, unfortunately. I really wanted to get more football in than this. Might have another chance in the week. If it turns out Bean enjoys the little study nook that she's discovered in the building, then I may have more flexibility with my streaming. Because if Bean is in here and she's studying, I kind of just have to do Phantom Fighter, which is not bad. Phantom Fighter is a game that I took on as a Halloween project, and because it's an interesting game that I don't feel like I see a lot of people do a lot with, so... Anyways, this is all neither here nor there for the YouTube audience, so I'll go ahead and say goodbye to the YouTube audience. You know, technical stuff. Would have had a whole other game in there. Maybe two. But let me go ahead and say bye to YouTube. YouTube, this is Bobo the Vulture. This is Let's Play Tecmo Super Bowl. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.